I'm Sensei Thomas, and I'm reminding you right now to warm up before you practice. What you practice, you do it at your own risk. Someone else is practicing with you, it's at their risk too. Make sure they know that. Don't go over anything that I show you with anyone that could use it irresponsibly. And that includes yourself, but don't do it if you're going to use it irresponsibly. But that includes if I'm teaching you something like um, how to knee someone in the groin real hard, or slap their eardrum and burst their ear. You don't want to teach things like that, or let children be exposed to those kinds of things. If a kid just trying to push them around or punch them on the playground, you don't want the kid to disable them for life. So if you're gonna, I wouldn't recommend practicing these with anyone if you're not trained, but if you're gonna do it, then be safe. If you're gonna do it with a kid, I would definitely not recommend that. But if you want to teach them some self-defense and you think you can do it responsibly, I'm not gonna say go ahead. Still say don't do it. But if you did, make sure you filter out the things that you don't want them doing. Okay? Only use these things in a practicality outside of practice if you need to protect yourself or defend yourself. And if you do that, that's also at your own risk. You might escalate the situation, make it worse if you don't do it effectively enough to actually stop the other person if it just makes them angry. So that's all depending on all those things. Okay, so in another video, I showed how to do a punch effectively by using your kinetic linking instead of just your arms, and showed you how to train yourself to do that. So that's just the twisting motion, which can also be applied to things like the hook. Okay, back fist, chops. All right. Something that could also help the punch, which I mentioned briefly, is stepping. Okay, that's a going forward motion, and that could be added with a twist. You twist and then go forward to augment that move. So, twisting, going forward. There's a couple more movements that could help you with things. So just punching like that, uppercutting like that. Okay. Now either I could do kind of a roll with my shoulder to do an uppercut, or I can come down with my body and come up. In either case, the motion that's actually helping this is the up motion. I go down a bit, but that's only set up for the up motion. The motion I'm talking about to add the power is the up motion. Okay. The motion that helps you with some other moves like the hammer fist. You see, I'm still twisting, okay, but I'm going down as I do it. Okay, the downward motion is what's helping this become more powerful along with the twisting. Not the going up I have to do after it. All right, so just to distinguish the difference there. So there's twisting, going forward, going up, dropping down. And some moves can use one or two of those things. Some of them won't really help, like going up won't help my punch. Okay. Now if I'm doing an uppercut, or maybe I'm down here and I'm punching up, but punching forward, but going down or going up when I'm punching forward won't really help me. Okay. It won't help me add power. It might help me with my targeting. Like maybe I want to punch in the stomach and I come down here to do it, but it won't add power to that punch. Right? If I change the angle of my punch, it's not going forward. My punch is going down, then me going down will help. So if I have a reason why I'm punching something down here, maybe I'm doing the kind of punch where I'm not going to try to teach that to you now because a lot of complicated nuances. If I'm trying to do a punch that collapses their hips, to make them like that, so then I could follow up with some other things. That might be one where I kind of punch down, and I might drop down slightly as I do it. All right. So for some of these moves, let me teach you some of them. So the hook kind of comes across, and and you're twisting as you're doing it. Okay, you're twisting all these. Okay, that's about the point where it hits. And it continues, but your arm is only past here in order to get the kind of power that has to go through something past here, and then you're bringing it here, but you don't want to turn your body away from your opponent, okay? Sometimes I see students do that, okay? You want to twist and go like that, but still be ready to do things. So the back fist, you're hitting with these two knuckles again, and they're coming about that far. You don't have to go out here, you're leaving yourself open if you do that. So, okay. Hammer fist, along with the chops, a lot of people hit with this. We're going to try to hit with this bone here. It's called the pisiform bone. It's one of the harder bones in the body as a striking surface. But we still want to keep this tight, so we keep tight fist. Okay, this is for chops. Okay, and for hammer fist. So we're going to twist our body to do the hammer fist, but we're also going to drop down. It's going to come like that. Okay. Uppercut. Yeah, just a slight shoulder roll like that, or we can come all the way down like that. Hammer fist, kind of a drop down. Hooks have a twisting motion. Okay, and that could apply to almost any of the moves that you do. They have one of those things like if I kick, okay, I can go forward to try to augment that with a knee. Okay, I could definitely go forward to augment that. Instead of just kneeing like this, okay. Sometimes it depends on the target distance. Elbows are the same way. Okay, that's a lot more powerful than just trying to do it with my arm by itself. To actually turn my body. This elbow going up. This elbow going down, although if you're hitting a target like that, it probably isn't just someone like this, you know. Something else is going on there in order for you to need to hit something like there at that angle. Alright. Okay. The elbow coming out like this. And all these should have kind of a snap to them. You aren't just pushing into something with your attack. You're bringing it back or you're snapping it. Okay. Palm strike. You're mostly hitting with this part of the arm hand again, around where the pisiform bone is, but you can hit it with the rest of the hand. Depends on what you want to do with attack. There's a whole bunch of upper body attacks. But for now, I keep looking at the time, that's why I keep coming up. For now, I just want to show you some of those basic ones and how almost any move you could do can be augmented by twisting, going forward, dropping down, coming up. Okay? And sometimes going forward is adjusted to a different direction, but it's just a linear, straight motion. So I can go to the side, it's no longer going forward, it's going to the side, but it's still kind of a forward motion, just in a different, okay? And sometimes, like I said, a move could be more than once. Just experiment, just don't hurt yourself.